Back before the European influence, the game of stickball was played to settle disputes. It's all in the southeast of America. We understand the Cherokees, the Shawnee, the Muskogean, the Seminoles, most of your southeastern tribes. It was man-on-man at the time, and it was a very brutal game. So that's the way they used to play it. And then when we came to Oklahoma after Trail of Tears, I think it was Redbird Smith that he decided in the early 1900s, we was over that. We didn't need that anymore. But we wanted to keep stickball as a tradition, so he brought it as a ceremonial game. He made it where it was community, men, women, kids, old men, everybody played. That's probably the gist of the history of the stickball. I was born in New Mexico. After I got older, I started going to ceremonial grounds. I started seeing the stickball being played, and I started seeing how good people got along with each other. So I liked that idea, I liked that concept. And I also met up with a guy that was building stickball sticks. Nathan Wolf was his name. And he started showing me how to build stickball sticks. And then I started building a few here and there. And one day, my wife told me that someone called up and wanted, I think it was like 197 pair. And so that's when I really got started at it and started really building them. When we go look for trees, we look either for hickory or white oak. It has to be straight, it has to not be twisted, it has to not have any knots in it. When we harvest the trees, we bring them back home, we cut them in half, and then we put it on our little makeshift sawmill. And we cut 1 1/8 inch slabs out of them. And then after we cut the 1 1/8 inch slabs out, so we planed them to 1 inch, and then we cut the stabs to 1 inch. And then we go back over them and plane them again to 7/8 of an inch. And then after we plane them to 7/8 of an inch, we have to look at each stab and see if it's gonna work for bending. And if it is, we'll mark it, we'll cut it, we'll sand it down to the mark. The cup has got to be a perfect, straight, parallel line. If not, it doesn't bend right. And so we sand it down to a straight parallel line, and then we put it in our steamer. I usually wait maybe 2 hours. I let 36 sticks steam about 2 hours, and I let them hang, and they hang for at least 3 days. And that's for them to dry out, to keep their shape. And then after that, we cut them down to size, and then we sand them, and I'll start bending them. And then we put linseed oil on them, or bacon grease, whichever one. Bacon grease is actually better. And we get them all nice and pretty, and string them up and get them ready for someone to play some stickball with. This part of the Cherokee culture that I'm carrying on is a door that I was able to step into. I have a lot of people who comes up, wants to learn, wants to watch, and I'm willing to teach anybody, even if they take it off and take my ways and learn their own ways and start building sticks too. We need that. We need more stickball stick builders.